Hey, how's it going? It's Ollie here. Now, what I want us to do in this video is talk to you for a little bit about Amazon dabblers. Now, you might be a dabbler, and I'm not hating on you, right? But there's a difference between someone who is really, really serious and takes Amazon really, really seriously, and they really are keen to get real results in their business. There's a difference between that kind of person and someone who just sticks their toe in the water, hoping that things are going to go really well, and doesn't really take it seriously. Now, these kind of people, dabblers, not only do they not really take it very seriously, but a lot of the time they'll also set unbelievably huge goals. They'll say, you ask them how much they want to make a month with their Amazon business, they'll be like, 5, 10K a month. It's okay having massive goals, but if you haven't got a plan to get there, if you're not adopting the attitude of someone who's serious about it, it's never going to happen, right? No matter how big a goal you throw out there, if you don't kind of put the work in and have the right mindset, it's never going to happen. So I wanted to tell you 4 mistakes that I see people who just dabble with Amazon make, so you can avoid making them and you can shift over to the serious side. If you're already serious, you're not a dabbler, you really are taking this business seriously, you can learn from the dabblers bad stuff they do that gets them into trouble, that basically means that they never take off with their Amazon business, never hit these massive pie-in-the-sky goals they set for themselves. So the first mistake dabblers make is they source bad stock. Now, if you want to keep your Amazon account healthy, if you want to get a lot of sales without a lot of refunds, whatever you do, source good quality stock. All right, you'll keep your customers happy, you'll keep Amazon happy, you'll make lots of sales, and you won't get into trouble. So what does this mean? How do you do that? Well, buy stock from real, well-known stores if you're doing arbitrage. Import good quality stock that's been quality control tested from China, and just make sure every single thing that goes into your account would be something you'd be happy to buy. Don't just try and flog a load of tat, with the eye of making a quick buck. Like I know someone who was trying to sell these slightly dodgy DVDs on Amazon, got suspended, and they wonder why. Well, you're not selling good stock, right? So the first thing that dabblers do wrong is they source bad stock. Definitely don't make that mistake, and you'll be on the right side of the Amazon seller equation, right? You'll be taking things seriously. Another thing they do, this is number 2, is they focus on 5 strategies at once. You ask them, so what are you doing in your Amazon business right now? They'll be like, retail arbitrage, online arbitrage, wholesale, drop shipping, a little bit of private labels, and flips, and a few other things that I'm trying as well. Now they're putting, say, 5 or 6 strategies into place, but a lot of the time they'll be making less money than a lot of the serious Amazon sellers who are just focusing on one strategy, right? And I think there's a reason behind this. If you're focusing on 5 different things in the beginning especially, then you're never going to master any one of those things. You're going to be a jack of all trades, and you're probably suffering from shiny object syndrome. Right? You're thinking, oh, this looks cool, I'm going to do some flips now and get this software and try out this thing and hire a VA to do that. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to look for some wholesale suppliers. It's so much easier to just focus all of your energy into one strategy, right? It just makes your life so much simpler. So to not be a dabbler, to not be someone who's never going to really take this thing forward, just focus on one strategy. Third thing dabblers often do is constantly whinge about Amazon's policies. Now look, you've either got 2 choices, one of 2 choices when Amazon changes something in their terms and conditions. 1, you can whinge about it, complain. Number 2, you can see how this affects your business and then just change that thing, just adapt, just change course, right? If, getting reviews by paying people was okay before, and then Amazon change it like they did, you just don't do that anymore and you go for a new strategy, right? If you stay there whinging on Facebook, messaging everyone, something's changed, you're not really being realistic about how Amazon works, about how the world works. Like, things change. Amazon evolved because they know what's better for their customer. They've got unbelievable amounts of data about what's good for their customer. Do they get everything right all the time? No, definitely not. A lot of the time they can be unfair, but you can't do anything about it if you're selling on their platform, right? So instead of whinging, just adapt. Simply take a step back, look at the data, and approach the business as a scientist, not as, you know, someone who's emotional, getting emotionally involved in all of Amazon's changes. The fourth and final thing that Dabblers do is they try to do everything themselves. All right, so two types of business owner. One who leverages, outsources, hires experts, right, to do a lot of the stuff in their business. That's one type. The other type is someone who does absolutely everything themselves, buys a label printer, prints out labels, gets boxes, puts stuff in boxes, does retail arbitrage, online arbitrage sourcing. You don't have to be like that. In the beginning, you should be like that. Definitely. When you first started, you should do everything yourself for a little while, but the second you see something happening repeatedly over and over again in your business, hire. Get that stuff automated. You could have a VA doing 40 hours a week of online arbitrage product research, private label product research. And you could pay them $400 a month, ethically, right? So you could pay them $400 a month. They could generate you $2,000 a month. You made $1,600 a month from that VA. And you're just sitting over here making sure they've done their work every day. What happened if you hired 4 of those VAs? 4 times 1,600. Can't even do that maths in my head on camera, right? It starts to scale really fast. Much more efficient than you doing all the work yourself. So there's 4 things for you to make sure you don't end up being a dabbler, and that you're serious with Amazon, you're acting like a real Amazon business owner who's looking to grow the business and scale and hit those massive pie-in-the-sky goals, which, by the way, you can hit with the right strategy, with the right action. Now, here's one final point. Dabblers rarely invest in themselves. They always look for free videos, free this, free that. If you really, really want to take things to the next level, then invest in a mentor, right? I'm hiring a mentor right now because I want to grow in different ways. In fact, I've got a couple of mentors who I pay very regularly because they know more stuff than me, all right? So it's actually cheaper for me to pay them for knowledge than it would be for me to look around on flaky YouTube videos like this one, perhaps, to get the things I need to move forward, right? But it's more than that. Like, I get an opportunity to discover the context behind certain strategies. You might watch a 2-hour-long video on YouTube about a certain strategy that works in some contexts, but if you put that strategy into your business, it could ruin everything because you haven't known that it's a good idea to use that strategy in your business. Does that kind of make sense? So with a mentor, you have the potential to talk to them, explain your situation, explain what your goals are, where you want to go to, and they can tell you how to get there. They can draw you that map. Without the map, finding the treasure is impossible, no matter how many miles you run, right? So find a mentor. Doesn't have to be me. You might hate me. That's totally cool. But find someone who's better than you, right? And hire them. And it will just get you there quicker. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to be making more videos because it's fun. I've got lots of content to share with you. So do subscribe. This has been Ollie from E-Commerce Freedom. Take care, keep believing, and I'll speak to you very soon.